Hey guys, what up? Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency video. I know it's been a month or so. I was getting bored with the stagnant prices, but of course keeping up with the news. So I just got a bit, little lazy and busy with some other projects. And honestly, during this, previous little jump in prices, I was busy trading and, just accumulating more. So pretty busy and preoccupied trying to keep up with it so I can make money as well as keep everybody updated. And again, I just appreciate it. If it's your first time to the channel, hit that like button if you like what you see. And be sure to subscribe. So we're going to start things off today with this little PowerPoint shared by yours truly, Darren Moore, XRP Darren on Twitter. So check him out. And he always does post his sources, so it's much appreciated on our end. Right here, Digital Fiat Currency Institute. So this was shared March 7th of 2019. Quick 15-page PowerPoint that you can go through. What I want to briefly cover is a few pages. So of course we have page 4. DFC, digital fiat currency, will enable existing payment infrastructure. So we have, the ecosystem layers, of course, currency, banking systems, payment systems, mobile and POS, terminal, payments applications, and user access. And it's explaining the security function on where DFC will, actually improve things. So, of course, we have instrument security, financial security. I'm guessing this is transfer security, device security, apps, and user security, of course. And it goes with the corresponding providers below. So just good to see here. Figured you guys would appreciate that. But to get to something a lot more interesting. So example of governance technology at work. So we have standardization, enhanced security, interoperability, which is probably the biggest buzzword when it comes to distributed ledger technology, especially with XRP and its actual public ledger. Reduce theft because all transactions are typically public and immutable. We have efficiency and shortened transfer times. And just overall, less money being spent on the legacy systems. There's no 6% error rate in transfers, just as we know that is the case today with the legacy services. And right here I want to cover, so digital fiat currency from concept to implementation. So they're showing the proof of concept here. So we have the BIS, Bank of International Settlement Survey, found 57% of central banks are evaluating digital fiat currency technology. So we already see more than half is, interested. Now we're going to see the rest of it, the domino effect and snowball effect come in. And they've already invested billions in infrastructure, so this will be happening sooner than later. What did I want to cover really quick? So even, Anthony Pompliano shares those building and investing in cryptocurrency. Now remember, cryptocurrency, so digital fiat currency, anything that, involves cryptography. It's not just blockchain. So we have Fidelity, NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, Yale, Harvard. We have Amazon, JP Morgan, Starbucks, IBM, Facebook. So just want to emphasize that. They are actually building currently and investing billions into cryptocurrency. I know you've heard the news about Facebook as well, so no surprise there. We have 7 central banks presenting use cases. We have the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, ECB, Bank of Canada, Federal Reserve conducting proof of concepts for CBDC, and those are central bank digital currencies. We have the Swedish Central Bank. Of course, look, sandbox and proof of concepts have been conducted in developing nations as well, right here. We have Bank of England. We have, look at, real-time gross settlement payment systems. So they're really testing and implementing. And last year, 2017 and 2018 were the years of really testing and getting those proof of concepts. And now we're going to be seeing slow but sure scale of adoption in 2019 for those that actually can hold on. And I believe we are going to see exponential growth in the years to come. So bright future. Please don't lose patience. And again, guys, this is not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I always have to say that, so sorry if it's annoying. And last thing here I want to finish off because this is important and it brings it back to Ripple on page 14. Ongoing work for the future currency lab. So we see initial expert panel for evaluation. So of course we have Stanford. Big surprise, of course, we see the International Monetary Fund, we see the Bank of International Settlements, Federal Reserve, and then right here, we got R3, and we have Ripple. So of course, they have a vested interest in the utilization of XRP anywhere that they see fit. course, we see Google, which of course Google Ventures was an investor in Ripple. And then we have IBM. So, I mean, we'll even see, the Hyperledger Quilt with use cases for Ethereum. And I think that the top projects right now that have the most interest and investments are going to be the platforms where there's going to be the most development for these decentralized applications, these dApps or DApps, however you want to say it. But let's get into this really quick. So Bank XRP shared this on Twitter, and this is actually what I was just referring to. So we have, traditional market leaders in the remittance market map. We have the followers, of course. We got Venmo. We have, RIA, Remitly. We got Abra here on the blockchain innovators. And then we actually have the infrastructure at the very bottom. So I don't want to put my mouse here because it'll cover it. But we have the blockchain infrastructure at the bottom. So we have, look, the Hyperledger Fabric, of course. We have IBM already, Accenture, Swift. And then we have a Ripple right here. And what I want you to pay attention to is we have MoneyGram, we have Santander. We're right here. We have Ethereum over here. And I think they're just trying to, be broad because I think R3 is going to have a huge impact on the market as a whole. But I just want to show you that we are not going unnoticed and we are one of only a few options. And of course, we are superior to a lot of these other, blockchains that are already developed today. The Rhythm Trader shared this. Bitcoin won't work, or, in this case, XRP won't work, said by the banks. Uber won't work, by the taxis. Airbnb won't work, said hotels. Netflix won't work. Of course, cable TV said that. The post office said email won't work, because, people already like it how it works. It works fine today. If it's not broke, don't fix it. The internet won't work, said newspapers. And it's so funny. Go back to 2000 or 1999 and look up articles talking about Amazon and all of these online internet companies and just hear how they're going to fail. And Amazon and Apple fell by over 90% in stock value, and 20 years later it goes up by 1,000%. It's just so comical to see history repeating itself. Marijuana won't work, said drug companies. And of course the cannabis market is probably one of the biggest markets, or it's at least growing right now exponentially. But I think that the cryptocurrency market and the internet of value will be far superior to that. Compared to billions, it will be trillions, if not quadrillions, when we consider the securities as well. Tokenized securities and assets. And right here, just something interesting I want to share, shared by Ryan Sean Adams. So he's just explaining some apps that are, used that cryptocurrency can help with today, or just current apps that we see today. To hold, to save, to spend, to send, receive value, pay, earn, trade, loan, borrow, invest, raise, stake, short, long, bet, incent, give, and share. And there's going to be much, much more. I am a huge fan of XRP along with, Cardano, ADA. I believe that they are very superior blockchains. Their technology, the ledger, everything is far superior to a lot of their competitors. And I believe that when these companies decide to build, of course, they're actually going to be utilizing the currency in some way, or even have to purchase it or, use it. And that's going to increase the value because that demand is increasing as well. So huge things to come. And I just want to emphasize how excited I am. And I know that there's people that are far more excited than me. But again, I'm trying to keep myself, calm, composed, so I'm not just making emotional investments, because you never know what's going to happen if we're going to go into another bear market or we're finally ready to launch. And I think it's going to happen in waves. And a TA, a technical analyst I listen to, I believe his name is Haijin Lee on YouTube. Very smart guy. He explained that markets are kind of, let me see if I remember this analogy, like someone's swimming. So what'll happen is, you'll swim, you'll go down and down for, you'll swim underwater for a bit, but you'll have to come up for air every once in a while. And it's kind of like the market. So whatever direction you're moving in, even if you're moving up, you still have to retrace a little bit eventually to get that consolidation going, and then do it again, maybe in, 2 or 3 jumps. And it's just a slow and steady growth or slow and steady decline with, of course, sharp jumps between that. So you just have to remember to expect retracing. I personally don't really try to time that, but I am just holding for the long term. And right here, Mary shares this, and it's MH Schmidt 2. And she just said this, it's a great reminder for all of us. Although most of us in crypto know Bitcoin is old, slow technology and there are superior options, we should be excited when a relevant company allows it for payment. This will ultimately help crypto in becoming mainstream and eventually make way for better assets to take over. XRP. So again, guys, I just want to remind you, I'm going to be covering some other news that is available online as well, because there's, so much coming each and every day. I'm just trying to bring a new point of view because we already have a lot of great people in the XRP community sharing, whether that's Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, you name it. And we all appreciate your hard work. And remember, we are on the same team. We are not competing. So again, guys, I just want to emphasize that. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.